Oh, this is too funny. As as I was predicting, as I was predicting, headlines are already coming out. Doge to $1. Oh my fucking god. And mining family, what is going on? What up, what up, what up? What's going on, all you happy hashers? Good afternoon, John Germain. What up, Sonia? What's going on, Tech Man? It's like pumping Doge, eh? No. We'll get into some of that, amongst many things. It is another wonderful day for me. It's snowing out, so I'm absolutely. I mean, some people might not like the snow. I love it. I have snowmobiles, and to see snow on the ground this early in the season, I am hoping for many good days of snowmobile riding. Yo, if you guys have a favorite sport, drop that in the, favorite little thing that you like to do outdoors, drop that in the Chizzity chat, guys. For me, it's either running outside or, fucking snowmobiling, bro. Snowmobiling or snowboarding. I love winter. I absolutely love the winter here. So what's going on, everybody? Sonia's like, how about you talk about new cryptos that are out there that are having at least 100% rise, because of those will become the new Ethereum. It's raining and snowing here in West Virginia. It's like, I hate the ice. I have to drive. Yeah. It comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. So, it's like we have many things to get going over. So let's dig in, guys. Bam. So if you guys love your newest mobile phones, the new Snapdragon 8th Gen 2 mobile platform is here, guys. Yo, check that out. So I would like to get one of these just because I know it should be able to throw down some pretty decent hash rate. I know I've got an early Snapdragon in here, really early day. So I would love to get a newer phone to be able to check that out, but I'm not pumping out the fucking money for this one. We're going to be talking about the new phones grabbing this new Snapdragon 8. You are going to be looking at probably about a $1,200 phone, $8 to $1,200 for getting this, to get the Snapdragon. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get four efficiency cores that the phone will run in most cases, and then it will have 4 performance cores in here, as all the Snapdragon lineup all have. But this thing will be allowing you to use Wi-Fi 7 SoC chip with high band simultaneous multi-link. We're going to be dealing with a good sound system in the phone. So if you are on the go a lot, you use your phone, you consume a lot of your YouTube on your phone, this will give you a better immersive experience on that. So that'll be a nice little touch. So I mean, I'd be really interested to get my, like I said, to get my hands on this. To, even if it was just a sample and then I had to give it back or some deal like that, but I would love to just be able to kind of push the upper boundaries of what this. I mean, I've done it with my phone, and I've crashed my phone out trying to push a bunch of different applications on there all at once while it was mining. Yes, everything I did was while it was mining, and I had to have it I did it in the wintertime and had to I put it in the intake window of my mining room and sat there and started just beating up, I mean, the early day Snapdragon. This thing held up fairly well, might I say. I mean, it was sitting there mining Monero, playing YouTube, and had a couple of other applications open in the background before it like seized up on itself. And I was like, all right. And man, that battery was not happy. It's like, yep, just fine, finished work. Nice. So this will be coming out. So if you guys are, constantly getting the newest and latest phones with the best chipsets in there, of course, it's like a lot of people are Apple fans. To me, the only thing that Apple at this point is offering to me is a good camera. So if that's what you're looking for, Apple might be your way of going. But if you were looking for performance that is supported by the manufacturer that you're grabbing the hardware from, going into Android ecosystem is going to be a little bit more for you. It's almost like sitting there and just kind of giving more power to the people of what you can do with your hardware, where Apple believes they own the hardware you're renting from them. I mean, basically, that's how it actually goes. What up, Gandhi? Ooh, you had an AMG E6. Oh, nice. On the dyno. Woo! 500 peak, 700. Wow, that's a crazy. Wow, how much boost was it making? I would be interested to know how much boost that bad boy was making. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh. Alright. Hats off to that car. That's fucking putting it down. Damn. 1.5 bar. Woo. Fucking rolling. Rolling, dude. Absolutely rolling. But yep, you just totally distracted me with car. That's an easy one to do. You talk about horsepower, you talk about foot-pounds of torque, and my mind goes over to what's in the garage behind me. Giggity. So, but anyway, if you guys are interested in the new phones coming out, stay tuned. Some of the stuff's going to be pretty damn fucking powerful. It's going to be more powerful in respects of value to dollar proposition to the user than the 4080. Man, everybody is fucking dogging on this thing so badly. They're like, you are getting a 1-to-1 proposition on performance to fucking price. So if the performance went up 10%, the price went up 10%. It is a 1-to-1 relationship for performance for value. That's not how everybody else is doing it, but that's how NVIDIA decided to do it, because they think that they are so far ahead in the game of GPUs. This is when you know that you have a oligarchy that needs to be dethroned very badly. Not that NVIDIA needs to go out of business. No, I'm not going to go that far. But they need to be motherfucking dethroned and put in their place. They are the way that Jensen is wanting to sit there and say basically Moore's Law is dead, blah, blah, blah. Now everything has to go up in price. And all that really was that he saw that people were willing to, during the pandemic, right? during the time where the governments were just giving people free money to become consumers and not work. They saw this meteoric rise in what people were willing to pay for a GPU. And now he's trying to go, well, between him, I'm not going to blame 100% him. It's going to be Jensen, the board of directors, and the stock shareholders going, well, you know, they were paying $3,000 per card, and we did like that profit range that was coming in. Can't we just tell them that this is what inflation did to them? Even though the inflation level is here and they're trying to skyjack the price up here a little bit beyond, above and beyond, because, you know, it's like a little, it's like a little hit of crack, you know, or a little hit of whatever drug, right? And your brain just instantly, woo, and you want more, right? So that's what this free money was like. Crack to the investors, crack to the board of directors. You know, they saw all that money and they were like, I'm ready for the gravy train. Come on. So instead of giving to me, the 4080 for the value proposition that they're giving out, I would say that this is probably like for the Founders Edition, $799. Everybody else, you range from $800 to $1,100 on a 4080. That's a good value proposition. Not that, you know, we're talking about an $1,100 card going all the way almost up to $2,000. No, that's not how this one's going to roll out. You see that Intel and AMD have been battling it out with the CPUs. Now we're getting big performances, and the value proposition is really nice on it. They are competing with each other. Right now, NVIDIA looks around and goes, well, I don't think anybody's competing with us, so we're just going to put the price here. Oh, you don't like it? I guess you're poor, right? You don't want the best, because if you're poor and you can't afford the best, AMD's over there. And basically what they're going to end up doing is that they're going to alienate a vast majority of the GPU market, and NVIDIA is just going to literally push them to AMD. AMD is going to see a meteoric rise, and they don't. It's like, and I don't even understand with the next generation that's dropping out for AMD. They're right on NVIDIA's coattails. Like, if you push over enough capital over on the AMD at this point, they'll be able to do enough research and development, and I guarantee you the next card that comes out is going to waffle stomp NVIDIA. So it's like, I'm almost starting to tell people at this point, don't buy NVIDIA. They're cockbags. I wouldn't sit there and promote. I wouldn't want to have, be sitting there and telling my friends to be buying the most expensive card on the market for very little return on the performance level for over especially since most of them they're on 1080p, dude. They're on 1080p 144 hertz monitors, right? Fucking a 30 class card will be absolutely fine. They're not going to be, it doesn't matter how much they ramp up that ray tracing on there and have the deep DLSS 3rd gen ramped up on there. You can only output 1080p so nicely that there's only so many pixels you can put in there. You can get the frame rates to turn up on there. So if you're playing a video game, yeah, sure, you're gonna shoot something a little faster. Yeah, for mining wise, yeah, you're going to get a little bit more mining rate, a hash rate out of it, but you're paying for every fucking hash rate increase you are getting. You are paying for every frame rate increase that you are getting. There is no value proposition with the levels that NVIDIA is setting the price at. Now, NVIDIA drops their price down, pull their heads out of their asses and make the prices come back down to where, you know, reality is, where, you know, all of us live. I'm just saying, where we live, they need to pull the price down to something that is more of a value proposition. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to tell people to jump over on the AMD, that they are producing the better value proposition, especially if you were just running on a 1080p monitor. There's no need. Are you playing 4K? Do you have a 4K monitor? Most people is no. I have a single 2K monitor. My other two here to my left and right are 1080p. So I got a 1440p, really nice one, and then two shitty fucking 1080p monitors. It suits my needs. Would I like to get more 1440p monitors? Oh, fuck yeah. This way I had better pixel dynamics between everything. I can sit there and set my games up really nicely on the free screens. Oh, I've been dying to do that, but I don't got the fucking money for it. So I don't do it. I make do with what I fucking have, right? Which is what most people are doing here on Reality Land, where NVIDIA doesn't want to live. So NVIDIA's got their pie in the sky pricing on there. They're basically going to start shoving off the market. They think that the rich people are the only ones that the rich people can be enough to support their company. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm talking about AMD a little bit here, guys. So AMD Ryzen 9 7845HX to be featured with 12 cores, guys. So Ash's Singularity League website, they can now find the benchmark resulting in the alleged Ryzen 9 7845HX processor. The data sorted with the SKU is kind of limited, but the software confirms it is a 12-core, 24-thread SKU. The configuration is used by the Ryzen 9 7900X desktop CPU, and is displayed in the same way with the 24 physical and logical cores. What this means is that the 7845HX CPU is likely a repurposed desktop silicon similar to the Intel HX series, soon to be upgraded to the 13th gen core series. But the Ryzen HX SKU to feature more than 8 cores. So bam, it is confirmed, guys, 100% confirmed. That this is the stuff that you see starting to get leaked out, right before they start doing a launch. We already know that it's going to happen. They've already submitted patents on the SKU lines. So I mean, the patents are already there. We already know it's coming. It's just, as we start getting a little closer and a little closer, it's hard to keep a lot of these leaks from really starting to happen. And at the same time, are leaks really a bad thing? Because if you burp out a little bit of information here and there going, oops, it does create a little bit of hype around the product, which is cool. It's good marketing skills at that point. I'm sure AMD does this going, okay, well, yeah, you can leak that one little piece out there. And, it's like, and you'll find that it comes from certain areas. People who directly work with these manufacturers. So, being that it's a little bit of a trusted area, you can see this being brought in. So the 7845HX, a lot of the stuff will be announced for the GPU cores, because this will have a GPU side of this, which is really nice for debugging purposes. We don't know what the base clock and the max boost clock is going to be quite yet, but we are going to be running at 55 watts. So a very powerful chip with a very low wattage target point. And I'm sure it'll be a little bit more if you're running on the GPU end of it. I'm not even sure if the wattage on there is 100% true. It could be, you could be running it, if you start overclocking it, you might be in the 80 to 90 watt range. So it doesn't look like you're going to need a really big cooler, monster cooler on these things to get running. Which again, I would be curious to see. Don't bother trying to GPU mine with it. It's not going to have enough oomph there for mining wise. But I'd be curious on the new Ryzen 9 CPUs and how it mines Monero. That would be me. TechMan, to be fair, that is like 99% of your companies out there that have stock shareholders and or big investors. You're going to find that they don't answer to the customers. They don't answer to the employees. They answer directly to the big investors and the shareholders, because at the end of the day, they're kind of the ones that are funding a lot of the research and development. So with them sitting there making the investments in for research and development, they have an expected return on investment, and they want to make their money. I'm not sure what makes NVIDIA's business model different than AMD or Intel. That one blows my mind, but I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot over that one. But that's my 2 Satoshis on that subject. All right, but so if should AMD use the same desktop I/O dies for its mobile SKUs, then the integrated graphics might be limited to 2 compute units. However, since this is a chiplet design, AMD has a choice to replace the IOD with a more powerful graphics unit. At the same time, AMD could limit other features that are not as important to the mobile segment as they are for desktop, such as the number of PCIe lanes, and that will nip a little bit of the higher overhead and things, and help the graphics run a little smoother. I would think that they would bump up the compute units just a little bit, to something a little bit more powerful, and you would see the CPU be limited a little bit in its performance, so that not to utilize as much power and not create as much heat. But being that these are already at the 55 watt, on the higher end, down to 45 watt on the lower end, I would like to see them just kind of crank out a decent core count on compute unit count on this, and for the mobile side, and allow for a better experience, in my opinion, outside of having to make sure that your laptop has an integrated graphics card into it. A non-integrated. Whether you're using AMD or NVIDIA. Hopefully we'll see an Intel option coming out here soon. That would be amazing. And of course, Cardano, fucking Charles Hotskins couldn't help but to weigh in about the whole FTX Ponzi scheme. That is hilarious. Coming out on the same day was which was just yesterday. Cardano's price is in critical condition at the risk of collapse. If more people sit there and start, worrying about it. So what ended up happening? There was a person or a group of people that decided to spool up another 30,000 wallets to generate artificial interest in the Cardano chain in midst of a collapsing his collapsing empire of not making any product that anybody wants to utilize, and the product that he's supposed to bring isn't even there. Cardano is a fucking shit show in itself, but it's hilarious that he keeps on having to come out there to give himself some weird relevance. Him and his coin just need to kind of fade away. Hey, Rude, my morning workout was amazing. My shoulders, I still feel nice and beat up. Thanks for asking, my dude. Golden Wolf, yo, what's up? Not sure who they're on good terms with, maybe the bank. Yeah, I don't know either. When it comes down to data centers and big mining firms like Genesis and shit, I'm sure they have no problem dealing with NVIDIA. I'm sure of it. NVIDIA's like, oh, please, we'll do anything for you. You're our bread and butter. While everybody else gets the little short end of the stick. For sure. For sure. I'd hate to be a distributor for them. There are many reasons that NVIDIA is going to get dethroned here. My opinions, just my opinions, just you know. But of all people to actually kind of weigh in on it, and I was actually kind of surprised with the whole FTX thing, was Chamath. I can't say his last name. This is one of the guys that helped actually create Facebook and turn Facebook into what it is today, before Zuckerberg really got involved with everything. So Chamath was one of the early people in Facebook. So he's predicting 700 billion. I said billion. 100% said billion. That's 700 billion with a B, guys. 100%, guys. So billionaire Chamath is painting a bleak macroeconomic picture despite signs that inflation is starting to cool down. On top of this, he is thinking that FTX crash is just the tip of the iceberg. This man would know more than us on how bigger corporations are cooking the books. We all know that these bigger corporations have been cooking the books for years. And how they get away with it, no fucking clue. I wish I can learn half of what these people figured out how to do, because I have no idea. But yeah. Anyway, whenever your long-term Ponzi schemes, right? A Ponzi scheme that was set up properly. And I weirdly say that FTX was set up properly as a big giant Ponzi scheme. As it's coming out, it's looking like it was a big money laundering scheme. I'm not gonna go. I don't care about if he was having some weird sex orgy shit or not. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But there was a lot of red flags with FTX and anything that was involved with Sam Bankman. Everything was just red flag after red flag after red flag. It was not. He was not a proper person that had that millionaire mindset, like I had stated the other day. But he is pretty much been shuffling around funds that looked like they were so. For the funds that people think was being money laundered through the Ukraine, there was a lot of people that until I can get the story straight, there's so many different sources right now, so it's really hard to 100% confirm what part of the story this was versus what part of the story this was. So there was a lot of donations that went down to the Ukraine. in Bitcoin, and that was going directly to the government, right? I donated not to the government side of it, but I donated to a fellow Bitcoiner that I know, and I was able to, I trust and I verified, that was helping get people bus tickets and plane tickets and food with the money that was being given to them. Something that you cannot verify or can you trust going to Zelensky, right? So it looks like there, depending on where your funds were, you were donating to, if it was in Bitcoin, it looked like that went to the Ukrainian government, and then that went right on to FTX exchange, and that made it look like they were invested in the FTX exchange and doing a money laundering scheme that way. And subsequently the amount of Bitcoin that went into FTX is in the same dollar amount as some of the missing money. So they basically gave Zelensky money, they kept the Bitcoin, and then they went and played with it. And instead of trying to sell that Bitcoin off, they made that Bitcoin vanish, which is part of that Ponzi scheme. You always need capital rolling back in order to keep the machine going, up until the point of the system locks up momentarily and a bunch of people try to take their funds off, and realizing that the amount of funds that are really there is in a very, 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 very small amount. So let's say maybe less than 0.5% of the people utilizing FTX and FTX US was able to actually withdraw any kind of substantial amount of Bitcoin. Sound familiar? Sounds like our banks. I'm just saying, try to pull out money. They won't let you pull out large sums of money without permission, because it's really not your money at the end of the day. Same thing that goes with FTX. At the end of the day, once you put your Bitcoin on the FTX exchange, it's no longer yours. You are at the mercy of the exchange, and that's every exchange out there. You are now in a custodialship, just like in a bank. They can prevent bank runs. So they have the same way that they can sit there, basically put the brakes onto the whole system. Problem is that they went further than they should have. Instead of taking it and going, hey, look, we're going to play by the exact rules that the bank does, they just went ahead and went, you know what, we're going to get rid of any rulings that the banks, we're going to pretend we're a bank, and we're going to have zero in the reserves. So when the system locked up and there was nothing in the reserves, they had no more play to do. And that's why CZ couldn't come in and help, because he would have to cover the spread for every single user between FTX and FTX US. And even Binance does not have that kind of capital to do that. You're talking billions. Binance might have the money, but he ain't gonna sit there and he's not gonna be the sacrificial lamb to FTX. This is where you sit there and you go, whoa, how did you do that? Oh, I'm gonna back away now. And other areas that are backing away. So the stadium the FTX stadium, they're taking the naming rights down. And I was sitting there listening to somebody else. I forget who it was. I do a lot of like random stuff while I'm like working and doing other stuff around the house and stuff like that, right? And he was like, anybody that puts their name on a stadium, don't invest in them. You can do the research, guys. Do the research yourself. Any company that has put their name on a stadium, you're talking less than 1% have survived. Just saying. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, so BlockFi is locked up. Crypto.com is locking up. And another thing that's going on here, Visa terminates FTX debit card program. Expect this to happen to Crypto.com. Coming next. You remember all those things that I have been warning people on this whole time? Stop dabbling into it. If it's not in your own personal wallet that you can control, it's not your shit. Stop putting your stuff on other people's platforms. This is what I keep telling people. I wish more and more people would listen to me sit here and go on my rant and raves about this. That you do not need to be utilizing a program that you think is going to be giving you money back. Unless they've got a valid product that you are investing into a company that is making a product that is producing value. There are no free lunches. Now, that investable product can be a loan structure, but you got to make sure, because that's what fucking Celsius was supposed to be doing, but they were gambling with your money instead of setting out to unbank people. They went ahead and could not resist themselves from playing in the shitcoin market with your money. And every time they do this, they get caught with their pants down in the next bear cycle. This happens every single time. 2018, I watched companies tank because they were gambling too hard. You know, we get that now. All the newbies that are here today get to witness this another time. Every single time. This is why us Bitcoiners, our toxic Bitcoiners, keep on warning everybody, stop playing in shitcoin land. It's not that we don't want any of these other projects to actually make it. It's not that we don't want any of these other projects to make a valid product. We caution people to not play in the casino. Yes, you can make money, but at your own risk. Your risk tolerance has to be through the roof. My risk tolerance is a little lower. I'm a little older. I'm in my 40s. I don't have a big risk tolerance. If you're in your 20s, yeah, if you lose 20 grand, it hurts, it sucks, but you can rebound from it, right? It's a little harder when you're 40 to do that same mistake, that same gambling play. So you get a lot of people who start getting investment orientated and understanding the long-term play on everything. We go, hey, look, unless this thing has survived a bull market, a bear market, without having any big significant issues, and they still were able to keep the community together, still able to make the product that they promised. 2018, there are still hundreds of projects out there that have promises of grandeur about making a product that it'll never come to terms. Cardano is one of them, and now we're starting to see that, you know, we have to be careful of even the exchanges and the product that they're supposedly having. So there are some good news on the other side of this too. But I mean, like any shady person, you're gonna see any shady player, you're going to see everybody. If they're smart, they're gonna sit there and just distance themselves from that one entity and going, oh no, I'm not having nothing to do with that. That's pure poison right there. But out from the, you know, it's like out of the flame we come the ashes, and out of the ashes we will rise with new standards, right? And here we are moving forward, guys. Although wallets for the exchanges are pretty well known, cracking Coinbase and Gate.io publish proof of reserves with their liabilities. So a full transparency in everything that they have ties with, what they have in reserves. This is the proper play. This is how all the exchanges should have been running from day one. This is how all the other exchanges that are in traditional finance have to play. I don't understand why the exchanges in the crypto market, because there was no direct wording for them to do this, that they thought they could get away with doing this. Of course you would if you're trying to make a scam like Sam Bankman did. Unfortunately, we get to witness and we get to feel the pain from the stupidity of a 29-year-old, and I will just call it a kid that's wet behind the ears and no real viable experience on how to run a proper business. And he is detained in one of the Cayman Islands or something like that. He is under house arrest. He is not able to move to leave the island at all. So he is locked up. His funds are for the most part are frozen moving forward. And I am fairly certain with how he was embezzling from FTX and FTX US into his investment firm. I see he's going to prison. Nice. And I would think that Gemini with the Winklevoss twins. The Winklevoss twins are one of the best spokesmen in the industry. Yes, they're fucking shitcoiners too, but I don't care. For the Winklevoss twins, they are some of the best, brightest minds to be able to talk the lingo of politics with the political spectrum and legal people. They've got a lot of experience in this field, and I would hope that Gemini would make the step forward also. That would be very smart on their end, especially with FTX going down like this. We need the exchanges to step up and restore. I mean, yes, we just took a battle wound, right? But we need the rest of the industry to kind of go, oh, we've been playing right over here. That guy over there has nothing to do with us. And that ship's gonna burn. And we're gonna show you why we are nothing like them. And I think this will give people more trust in the validity of the exchanges themselves. This is something that's been a long time coming. Everybody's been always, don't trust the exchange, don't trust the exchange. Well, maybe we needed a big one to go down like this in order for that trust factor to finally come out and go, no. The exchanges are here to make money on the fees. They are here to make sure that you get your product that you pay for. As long as that you can safeguard that relationship between the customer and the exchange, I think this will just be a little bit of a battle wound. It'll extend the bear market a little bit further, but we'll survive. Bitcoin will survive. Yes, Gate.io is one that did show 1-to-1. So cracking Coinbase and Gate.io, according to CryptoSlate. So I know, right? Nice. We need to make sure that these exchanges are not just holding themselves accountable, but holding themselves to a higher standard. We have to, as the consumers, if we're purchasing our crypto off of exchanges and not mining them, you have to have that level of trust with the exchange that you're purchasing from. I hope moving forward, this will be what the push is that will make the exchanges held to that higher standard, that same high standard that traditional finance is held to. So that I'm really happy about. CZ is going to be going one extra step through this. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of changes on the exchange side, and I think this is much needed, much welcomed, in my opinion. So CZ plans an industry association to communicate with regulators worldwide. He wants to sit there and basically set the framework up with each one of the governments, and making sure that we have consumer protection. I think that's one of the big things that he was saying whenever he did the little crypto mining summit that I saw him speaking at. and his whole concern was making sure that we had consumer protection. He is in business to sell you crypto. That's his business model. Sell you crypto. That's like sitting there and going to your doctor, and instead of him giving you, you know, a medical procedure for an injury you have, he tries to educate you on basket weaving. You know, it's like we need to make sure that we have a clear cut. This is how each one of the exchanges are going to be operating, and I would like to see it go one step further. You know, making sure that the regulations between each one of the countries might have one or two things dissimilar, something that this country would like to have and this one doesn't. It's like, whatever. But it should be very well universal that if I have my account here in the United States and I've got crypto on there and I'd like to sit there and sell the crypto and get cash that I can utilize, right? I should be able to do that in any country. That's how you backdoor the adoption rate. So yeah, I got to use the local currency. Big deal. I'm still operating within the crypto ecosystem. So I hope that with what CZ's doing is that he's going to be making sure that everybody's on the same page. The regulators know what we're dealing with here. It'll be a very nice, like I said, a very nice thing to come into the industry finally. After all these years, it has felt like the Wild West. Maybe CZ might be able to be the one that step up for this. I know he's had his fair share of battle wounds over the years, his learnings, but I think CZ's got his head in the right place. I think he's got his heart in the right place, and he knows which direction that the business needs to go for him. With that being said, I think he's one of the better players to be doing something like this. Well, just, time will tell how this will actually play out. And CZ is trying to make sure that they are compliant with Binance also, and who to step up and help them out but our man Vitalik. We know that CZ has a lot of ERC20 tokens and stuff like that. So it's probably really, with how much trading volume that they've got going through, they're trying to prove on the blockchain. It's like, I don't need to sit there and show you my wallet. You already know the wallet. But let me verify it on the blockchain and be able to give that public information of actually watching what's coming and going. This way you can trust that CZ has a one-to-one on reserves too. So Vitalik will be helping CZ get that going for him, which that will be very nice. Oh, too funny, Tech Man. Too funny. He's pulling out the Illuminati. I honestly think that CZ's got his head in the right spot. I think a lot of the exchanges that are left right now, if there's any bad players, I think with the economic downturn, we'll find out. They will find themselves out. Hopefully, who's left has not been gambling their funds away like this. We'll find out. We will find out, right? And talk about things that, it's like, and everybody's worried about, Bitcoin price right now. I'm not worried about it. I'm still fucking mining, guys. At a loss with all of you awesome people, guys. Yo, it fucking hurts. I'm hoping that I get to a point of break even minimally break even with the company here shortly. But the FTX is not helping me out. But we have people like Edward Snowden and Elon Musk. They are optimistic about Bitcoin's future, despite the stupidity, right? Despite all the stupid shit. People who are very much involved with the technology space, they are looking at Bitcoin. Every last one of them. They understand the return. They understand the risk. They might not, you don't need to understand how Bitcoin works when I send you Bitcoin or you send me Bitcoin. We don't need to know that. Just like you don't know how it works whenever you hit the email, you hit the send button on your email. You don't know how that fucking part works. It's fucking odd. You hit the button and it goes to the other person. That's all you know, right? That's all it's like at the end of the day, we just need to understand that Bitcoin is here to preserve freedom and understand the value proposition that Bitcoin has. That would mean that no matter where the price of Bitcoin is in the terms of your local currency, one Bitcoin will always equal one Bitcoin. I know. Heads explode on that one, right? The value propositions in dollars. You're talking about a very young industry trying to make a very, very bold statement in the world, going, we are money of freedom. I'm not talking about shit coins. I'm talking about Bitcoin here. That is the money of freedom. The freedom to purchase things, the freedom to save, the freedom to not have your money manipulated or stolen from you by your bank, or devalued on you by your bank and your government in collusion with each other, like the market we have right now. I don't know who prints more money faster, all the little banks or the central banks, because either way we all get fucked. But when we see an economic collapse of an industry, and it's a big industry, we have other players that are going, yeah, this is domino one. Your Ponzi scheme just failed. What other dominoes that are getting backed up behind it that weren't Ponzi schemes are going to fail? Time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see how this one really trickles out as the economy gets fucking worse. We've already got word that Jerome Powell's talking about, not doing so hard of quantitative tightening, because he's just looking to see if people lose their jobs. He's wanting you to lose your job. But that's a whole different thing. But Edward Snowden, Elon Musk, and all the other technology people that I know, they're very optimistic on what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Not that it's going to die off, guys. It is not going anywhere. It's just a matter of how far did FTX set back Bitcoin in its price discovery. So in its price discovery range, it might have set us back maybe a good 6 months. What does that mean for us as Bitcoin miners or GPU miners? It means a reduced price, which means more people are going to get muscled out of the market. More people get muscled out of the market, you'll start seeing the amount of coin that you are actually getting in starting to go up here soon. This is something that I did not foresee happening. I didn't know enough about FTX. I usually don't pay attention to exchanges. This one will make me stay a little bit more on top of how exchanges operate that I utilize. Like, I will do a lot more research on them moving forward. But to see a lot of them starting to do their proof of reserves, this will make a good industry turnaround. So I think the faster they implement this stuff, the better off we will be, guys. And talking about, you know, that Papa Elon, right? This is where the title came in from, guys. So Dogecoin's future could follow the bullish trajectory to $1, thanks to Elon Musk. Are we gonna finally see the Elon pump again? Is that a thing? Is that really a thing once again? Are we gonna see that? I mean, we even have. I mean, usually right before a good pump, right? You see a few chain reactions start happening, right? So, first one here. We have Elon talking about Dogecoin again, right? Because of Twitter, right? So we get a little bit of hype on that one, right? Just a little bit. And then, just to top it all off, NVIDIA Taiwan Twitter page got hacked, and it was promoted Dogeathon 2022 Hackathon for this reason. Hodlers will receive rewards in Doge, Bitcoin, and ETH. Join here. Coins are limited, so hurry up. Yeah, it was a definite scam to get you to lose money, but had the little check mark and everything, so it looked very, very legit. Well, it was their account. They did get hacked on that. Usually you start seeing stupid little shit like this right before the market starts turning around. Now, is this like a false flag at this point? It could be. But I typically start watching hype around Dogecoin as the whales already piled in. And I will tell you that the whales have already bought a sizable amount of Doge and some other stable coins. Certain stable coins and Doge historically has been just that really nice little safe haven. So if you've got like little Doge hodlings, usually you can wait for a little bit of a price movement and you can capitalize on that. But if we have, Twitter actually going to implement a crypto payment structure or a crypto tipping structure inside of Twitter, and Doge is one of the options, it might be a play that might be worth it to have a very, very small bag of it, possibly. I know I got some Doge. Do I have it because I want to make money on it? No. I have it because it's Doge, dude. And Doge to $1, right? But run the calculation with an L3++ with BTC at 65,000 at your electric rate and see if it's profitable. No. That's some of the reason why I stopped mining it, because at my electric rate here at the house, no. My electric rate at the facility, yes. But yeah, I mean, if I mine it now at the lower rate, when it goes up higher, yeah, I should see a rise. Now, if there's no interest in Doge, it'll just turn into a zombie token, which Doge historically had been a bit of a zombie token. That's what made it a good stable price. Your price swings were, so small it was unreal. Now we're seeing like some interest in a meme coin that has realistically no development on it. There's no product on there. Never was supposed to be a product. So I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's the most honest shit coin out there. Not financial advice. Exactly. Not financial advice, guys, at all. So we are at that 1 hour mark, guys. Thank you everybody for being here. Hope you all smash that lizardy like button. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. If you could share this out on your favorite social media, that would help me grow my channel to more of you awesome people. Since for the most part, crypto's dead and mining's dead. The economy's dead. Yeah. Even Red Panda, he's like, man, I've been noticing that all my viewers have been like leaving in droves. And I was like, huh, I haven't seen that. And then the last 4 days, just you know, it's like, oh, look at that. All my bull market friends are leaving. That's how I'm looking at it. It's like bull market friends gone. Thank you, Fodweiser. Mine LTC, Tax Stack Doge. Definitely not financial advice. Yo, smash that lizardy like button on that little bombshell there. Yo, thank you everybody for being here. As always, you all rock. I will be here first thing in the morning, as usual, with some of that, with some of those Toshi pumps. Oh yeah. Tomorrow will be back day, so I'm gonna kill my back. Hopefully I can still walk around afterwards. It did fix my shoulders today. My shoulders feel really nice. I have to admit that. So hopefully maybe working out some more will fix some more of my back, and yeah. So with that being said, guys, peace out, and of course, stay savage. Yo! And get into the Patreon. Get into be a pseudo hasher. Especially if you want to be hosted at the Family Mine LLC. Yo, stay tuned.